Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to talk about something a little bit more scary. So, as you guys probably may have seen, or if not, last night, although it was a little bit more on the later side, so if you missed it, don't worry, we basically talked about the fact that the ongoing Sony ban in different countries is not going so good. Right now, right this second, the upcoming Ghost of Tsushima game is going through a lot of different bans, but it's one of those big issues where one of the bigger games out there, basically the big cause of controversy, Helldivers, is now still going to be affected by these bans, and as of right this second, a lot of people feel very tricked, people are upset, and at the same time, people just assume that Sony just doesn't really care, and I do think a lot of this goodwill that was formed on PlayStation has been going down the gutter. Xbox themselves are in the same boat where there's a lot of hot fire going on with them, so I'm going to go talk about the fact that Helldivers still is being banned, still might have a big issue and might have an uphill battle against them, and I want to hear your thoughts on everything down below, because this is some juicy gossip. As well, we have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below if you guys want to follow, and of course, I want to hear your thoughts and comments down below. Just make sure you guys are nice. That's all I ever ask. So if you guys missed the video yesterday, I actually thought it was kind of a good one. But if not, we go a little bit more in-depth and talk about this because it was a very, very weird, intriguing situation where Green Man Gaming and also kind of somewhat Steam have all confirmed that people in the same affected banned regions for the PlayStation games, kind of that Helldivers had to deal with, are not able to play and buy and get Ghost of Tsushima, which will be coming to PC in the very near future. This is maybe a mixture between two things. Right now, there is a multiplayer aspect of it, and a lot of people are assuming it's the multiplayer part that's hard. Single player is slightly different. And as well, these are not legally allowed to be basically made and utilized in these jurisdictions, such as not being able to go and sell games. And like say, we keep on mentioning Lithuania because we've saw a lot of Lithuanians having issues. But right now, they're doing mass refunds on the games. This is not like kind of like the pre-info for the video, which is more focused on Helldivers now. But basically, a lot of these people are getting refunds. Their game is getting removed from their account. Basically, people in these banned countries, which if you guys have missed it, still is on this one. There's a lot of countries on here. Like, I think people are underestimating this because there's, well, first and foremost, a lot of countries on the entire planet, but there's probably a lot of these you actually recognize. So a good example, like Afghanistan. You can't go in Albania, Algeria. I'm just going to go through a lot. Antarctica, which is probably not that big, but you guys know what I mean. Bhutan as well, the British Virgin Islands. Like, there's a lot. Cambodia, Cook Islands, Congo. Now, some of these are more maybe African states or as well, like Fiji. We have French Polynesia. We have Cuba. We have, like I said, the Cook Islands. Bermuda. We have things like Georgia and just a lot of places. Haiti, Japan, Jamaica, Iraq, Iran. A lot of bigger places. Now, once again, this is not like, America, Canada, or whatever it might be, but this is a bigger amount of people than you expect. The U.S. Virgin Islands, United States minor outlying islands, too. Venezuela, Vietnam, Western Sahara, Yemen, Somalia, like I'm sure some of you guys have heard these, Sri Lanka, South Sudan, whatever this is just like Puerto Rico. Like there's a lot of places out there that are not able to actually access these games. Bigger than expected. But thankfully, like this is all we have to go take a step back and be thankful that we do live in America and we are able to play these games, or Canada or UK or whatever. But right this second, a lot of these games and areas are getting refunded. They're not able to buy their games, or as well, their base was blocked out, which kind of seems like Sony's brand new weird push where a lot of certain countries are not able to be able to go buy and purchase their games. Now, we're not really sure if it's two different parts, if it's from multiplayer, which is kind of more what happened with Helldivers, or single player, or just the combination of like just not able to go do the business when it comes to licensing rights or other issues. So we're kind of sitting back kind of wondering why. And this is where I think people got more hurt. And we kind of saw this huge viral tweet over here from Pirate Software. It's been blowing up a lot, saying the Helldivers 2 community was tricked by Sony. And I would actually probably say yes. Now, not to the full-on extent. So right now we're in this weird middle ground where we don't really know if these games will be able to be played. We have gotten confirmation that they're looking into it, and we have also had confirmation that they're backtracking the issues where PlayStation's like, we understand, you don't have to have a synced PlayStation account. So in theory, it should be able to be like more free-flowing, and people can buy the game and play the game wherever, in theory. But the big thing is that as of right this second, and also like provided on the Ghost of Tsushima drama, all of these games are still not able to be purchased or activated in these specific countries, let alone them having a PlayStation link or not. Right now, it's just a hard no. So we did hear some rumors that they want to obviously make it open for everyone, but we haven't had 100% confirmation still, although like I think we have seen some community posts stating that they're working on it or there will be backtracking. Like I said, they're backtracking the sync, which in theory should make it so these games can be bought. But right this second on the Steam page, if you're looking at, let's say, Helldivers, you cannot buy, like you cannot even activate these products. And this is why I think it may not just stop here. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. I will accept this and honor this on video. If I get wrong, I'll make a video and discuss it. So subscribe or put on notifications. But as I mentioned, right now you cannot buy these games. And that's kind of the whole big issue where people are upset because a lot of these different types of countries were not able to go and even buy the game or have the game. And right now we are still seeing this issue even with the rollback on Helldivers specifically. And of course, Helldivers is pretty much a pure multiplayer game. So we're still trying to figure out the inner works. Is it because it's multiplayer, you're not able to go and access that for whatever reason? Can't have servers? Is it because of the buying and selling? Which in theory would mean that Helldivers should be opened up if they get rid of the PlayStation Link requirement, because then it's just more through Steam. So in theory, it should be fine. But if it's more of a multiplayer weirdity for whatever reason, then it would be still gone. So we don't fully know what's going to happen, and I think a lot of people feel tricked. And I just want to make a video out here to discuss it because the drama's crazy. But they're saying Sony declared having the PSN account would be mandatory to play Helldivers 2. And it does seem like it's going to be mandatory for other future games, although we might be okay because some of the prior games didn't need it for a single player. I think it is really a weird caveat for multiplayer, which Ghost of Tsushima does have on the multiplayer side. Saying Sony walked it back and said they wouldn't be making PSN mandatory, which I think they should make that the requirement for every game. Multiplayer or not, if they want to go and actually make their markets good on Steam, they need to 100% make any PlayStation game available. Maybe have a tie-in if you want it. Maybe have it linked with your PSN account if you want it to maybe get, trophies or have your friends list or whatever. But I 100% would be okay having individual single-player games that are just purely through Steam. No tie-ins, no restrictions, no accounts. And if you want the PC user base to enjoy that, you need that. Because right now, people are still not even sure if the Helldivers game will be able to get purchased. We know we're being backtracked on the syncing. We don't know about the purchasing. That has not been 100% confirmed, at least on Sony's end, or at least been lifted. I hope it will be, but we haven't seen that yet. And once again, it's not really adding a lot of bit of confidence when we go and see Ghost of Tsushima having this director's cut, and it's still not able to be bought. Like, this is literally being refunded as we speak. And this is like the next game. So you would think if they were consistent with their reset, consistent making it we don't need the PlayStation accounts, you would think that this right here would not be even happening. They'd be like, yeah, it's on Steam, it has nothing to do with our PlayStation accounts, no tie-ins, no direct actions, we're totally fine, 100%. And I myself would be cool with that. And this is why people are kind of calling us out, because they were saying like, hey, you guys need to celebrate a little bit too quickly. Declaring victory, the community undid the massive wave of negative reviews. Yet Sony did something sinister in the background, and we've talked about this a lot in my video. I'm just trying to highlight it because it's a good topic point. They restricted Helldivers 2 from being purchased in all 177 countries where the PSN isn't available. They fooled you and the devs are fighting to fix it, which I will give a lot of credit. It does seem like these Helldivers devs have been trying to go and have like at least put like a stake in the road against Sony. And I do think this is needed for them to be welcomed and also for us to feel comfortable with PlayStation being in the PC market. I'm more of a PC guy. I like consoles, I like Xbox, whatever, but I'm a PC guy. And if you want me to go be playing this around where my account has to be linked 24/7, that is a standard, I understand. I don't want that, but if you get rid of that and we're trying to shape the future, PlayStation will get the biggest dub. They'd probably get more sales, people will be more incentivized, and at the end of the day, they may not make as many like account registrations for their stockholder meetings, but they probably would get a lot more sales and feel more homeful. Like they'd have a home in Steam, have a home in the PC community. And a lot of people like Sony, or at least want to like Sony. Same with Xbox. But if they keep on kind of playing things up where they need to be on our own platform or whatever, people are not going to like that. And once again, still, we don't really know. Because what if there's these people in all of these different future games? Like, say, God of War, if that comes to PC. You go and have Spider-Man 2, if that comes to PC. We don't still fully know if it's 100% multiplayer, that's the main issue, or if it's just in the general territories. But right now, it seems like it's all based on this. So people, I think, were excited. And I still think it was a good win, like we backtracked it out, but we don't know the next step. We don't know if Sony's going to kind of go and backtrack that, or if they're kind of holding this in their pocket, waiting for things to die down, and then at some point re-add this. Maybe just make it mandatory for future games so they can't be like, well, we never had it for 3 months, and they just have it day one, so people are just going to be forced to it either way. I'm not the biggest issue with it. I understand it's nice. Other game companies do it, but it does kind of feel like a really big bait and switch, because right now Helldivers still has not been fixed. We still don't have the 100% confirmation. We're now now seen this with Ghost of Tsushima and potentially other games still having this weird PlayStation link needed, and I don't think we should be celebrating yet. I want to see Sony having a really good long-term plan for PC and making PC users happy. I will buy games on PC if Sony sells them because I like their games. But if they have really bad business practices, I will not be happy and I will be very disappointed. So I want to hear your thoughts on this one because it doesn't seem like this is fully fixed yet. We have had devs confirm that they are working on it, but I want to see the end result and be consistent with future games as well. So give me your thoughts. Check out the video we made earlier on today too as well, or last night more so. Check that out if you guys would like because that was a pretty good one. Just check out the channel and subscribe if you guys are new. Leave a like, your thoughts down below. I appreciate you guys.